Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
There is a way of thought, a theory that just might have more truth than falsehood. That there is no such thing as good and evil in the world. For we each have learned things through our upbringings and individual experiences. There is a perception that the people we perceive as good or evil are just people who have healed or people who have trauma. Healing versus trauma. Someone who you might say is an evil person is perhaps just someone who has not healed from their trauma. Could it be that the culmination of all our individual experiences, situations, happenings, and events lead us to certain actions, reactions, things that we do, that we feel we have free will? But do we really? What sort of trauma is trapped inside our subconscious mind? Things that have not been healed, have not had the time to be relieved. Energy that has not had the chance to be released. In my life, I think back at the times I've been hurt. And then I think of the times I've hurt people. And no amount of apologies or ways for me to try and reconcile would be enough. Instead of waiting for them to forgive me, I had to forgive myself. Is there something in your life that you have not forgiven yourself for? I once heard someone say that if there is a trauma that you are unable to talk about, you still have not healed. What would you say to that, my friend? Are there things in your past, in your life, that have happened that have not yet healed? And what kind of life would it be if that energy, if that burden was not on your back? what kind of life could you lead? What kind of life could you live if you had the courage to forgive? And not just forgive those who were involved, but forgive yourself. Hurt people, they say. What if there's no good and evil? What if it's just trauma waiting to be healed? Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. I trust you received a message giving you another perspective of good and bad, righteousness, evil, whatever acts that we see committed. Will we ever know the real story behind cause and effect? Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if you are still healing from trauma, for your sake, forgive yourself, even if no one else has.